Is it possible to build unshakable confidence, and how long does it take? This was a question of one of the students in the recent immersion workshop, so please enjoy. Being really confident obviously communicates a lot of status about you, right? Like sometimes there's a dude and he doesn't look really good, he's not dressed very well, maybe he's out of shape, but you just know something about him, you know? And it's like, that gives him status. And obviously being in shape is a status symbol, you know, like having worked on your fitness, other people respect that, women obviously think it's sexy, so that's also a form of status. And then there's the things you can buy, but if you don't have the base of the pyramid, which is like, I actually love myself and I have at least some form of positive mindset around myself, everything else will just crumble.
But that's the thing, like I've noticed about a lot of Vietnamese relationships of my friends. I don't know what crumbling means in that definition, but it just works for them, but it's like a really shallow relationship.
Yeah, I would not get too inspired by other people when it comes to relationships. Anyway, like first of all, we're all different. Knowing yourself is kind of the most important thing in that regard. Like a relationship that my friend has might never work for me. Or the way I approach dating and the women I want to have in my life, a friend might look at it and be like, Alex, you're fucking crazy. Like, what are you doing, right? And that's totally fine. You know, it's like you don't need to have what the other dude has if it works for you. Relationships are so complex, like taking one look at a relationship and then making an assumption of this is shallow or this is how it is. Like maybe it looks shallow for you, but it's really deep for them. Or it looks really deep and amazing and loving, but behind closed doors, it's like a shit show, right? So you do you. And then when it comes to confidence, I mean, confidence is that big topic of like, how do you become confident and how do you, like, I like how you say, like you look at the girl and you're almost waiting for her to reject you. And then we want to get rid of that feeling and that thought and that mindset. And well, how do we get rid of it? By basically having a bit of like positive self-talk to get started, and then a little bit faking being confident, because that will lead to her not rejecting us. And then you're like, hey, that one girl didn't reject me, maybe there's more out there who don't reject me. And then that voice gets quieter and quieter. But yeah, you need positive reference experiences, of course, right? And to get that, you have to basically get smacked in the head a bunch of times, because a lot of girls will reject you. So often you are right. It's just like believing that the times you're right, it's still fine. And it's not like she rejected you, but you're just on a journey of finding the girl that's not available, like to find the girl that is available at that time, right? So, I mean, Liam and me also, we're experts at taking a thing and then reframing it into something positive. And the goal of that is to get us to the next point, you know, because you could, everything out there in the world, especially when it comes to social interactions, you could put a positive label on it and you can put a negative label on it, right? Everything that happens to you every day, all the time, you can see it as a bad thing that just happened to you. Oh, the weather is cloudy, that's bad, right? Or it's like, it's good that the sun doesn't shine right in your face right now. Oh, it's a bit cold. Oh, it's cool, I can put more layers on it, I look cooler, right? Whatever it is, oh, I dropped some water. Oh, maybe I should clean the floor. I don't know. You can always put a positive label on it, and it's almost like that's the skill to get to the next level. Like that is a huge, like it is a huge life skill to being able to being like a little positively delusional and always seeing the positive, because that's the only way to manifest something positive in your life. Like if you always see the negative, then you're right. Like your life will be shit because you're always seeing the negative, so your life is negative. And then nobody wants to be around a person who's always thinking negative, right? So if you stand in front of a woman and in your mind you're like, I should not be talking to her. You know, I'm not good enough for her. She's too hot. Then she looks at you and is like, this guy is not on my level. And she's right, you know? But if you're looking at her and you're like, I'm awesome, this is great, you know? I'm sure she's enjoying this, then she might actually enjoy it. So you really have a lot of control over your reality just by your perception of reality. Cool. Then what would make this workshop good for you?
Yeah, maybe that's a little, yeah, that's a lot to ask for, because what I mean, like, the best case scenario would be that I have the core confidence to just...
Core confidence?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. Like Liam says, you will never feel like super confident. You might have like periods, like you might have talked to a girl and it's fucking awesome and you're like, this was fucking cool. Like I'm a king, I'm a baller, right? or you just had sex with a girl and you're like, wow, this is amazing. I never thought a girl that hot would, you know, suck my dick, and it's amazing. But then the next day, she doesn't text you back. And then after a week, you see a story with her and another guy and you feel like shit again, right? So you got the thing that you wanted and now you feel worse than before. It's kind of like the Buddha thing of like desire leads to suffering. And that's fine. It's almost like you can positively reframe the fact that you're not feeling confident by just saying, well, that means you are growing, right? Because if I would feel confident all the time and feel amazing all the time, it would mean that my environment is not challenging me, right? Like if I feel really good about how much money I make, it probably means that all my friends make way less money than me. Is that a good thing? Probably not, right? I want that my friends make way more than me. So I'm inspired about their entrepreneurship and their systems, and they pull me up. Or if I feel like I'm getting the hottest girls all the time, that means all my friends are losers. Do I want a friends circle full of losers? Or do you want a friend who's like, damn, how does this guy always get the fucking model? Like, what is he doing differently? I feel really shit about myself, you know? He's making me feel not confident, intimidated, feel like I'm doing something wrong. Well, that's good, because now I'm going to observe that guy and think, what is he doing differently? Like, he looks similar, he dresses similar, there must be something else. It's not a bad thing often to not feel confident. It's just like, reframe it as inspiration that other people are doing something right that you are not yet doing right. And then you level up to their level, and then there's another guy, and there's another thing. So that's it. It's a constant learning experience, and it's becoming okay in the chaos. Realizing, I'm not feeling confident right now, I'm not in the best shape, I'm not this, I'm not that, but hey, I'm here. I'm here with Alex and I'm trying it. Like, where else would you be right now to challenge these, you know, struggles? Like, you're in the perfect place at the perfect time, and you're feeling a little nervous and you're not feeling super confident, and then you will feel, and then not again. But overall, if you document it, and in 10 years, you look back 10 years of where you've been and where you are now, it's you will definitely have an incredible progress if you work on it.
Rejection is a part of building confidence, and if you want to hear my story of how I got rejected over 3,000 times, click here to watch this video.